anything else you guys want to talk about there? I mean, that's really, you're doing stuff with so much there to talk about.
I think that as far as the brewery goes, I mean, we could go on and on about the trail. You know, we're already discussing what fun stuff we can kind of do this year, working with the county, working with different groups.
1 year celebration of the opening of the trail. I think we're going to do something for the Festival of Trails. That'll be in June.
Okay.
But we have lots of ideas that we're putting together, and getting other groups involved is the plan. Different bicycling groups.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be real key. It's all about community. Our brewery is about bringing people together. You can see the tap rooms filling up now.
Yeah, it is.
With kids and people. One of the things talking about bringing community together, of the 95% of the people that come to the brewery come from greater than 5 miles away. So we're bringing people from the Kansas side, from Lee Summit, Independence, Blue Springs on a regular basis, as well as a local community.
Right.
Hoping that kind of highlights a trail that it's just going to grow and expand and have more additions. We're definitely excited to see, you know, the different plans. We've got a unique partnership with the county, because that's something else a lot of people don't realize is the county property starts right outside the front door,
right.
And so everything what people call our parking lot stuff is all part of that. And so we're excited to see what the county's going to do in the future. We know they're working with the city of Raytown and some other people to, you know, keep developing it, to get it paved, to really upgrade this area too.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, because I mean, if you think about just Rock Island Trail, I mean, just this year they're going to finish out the Greenwood Connection section, so it's going to go all the way from Greenwood all the way to the
That's
to the
what that
stadium.
other broadcast was about.
Yeah, that's what we were talking. So I mean, you guys have got connections just with the trail all the way to Greenwood.
I know KCATA and stuff like into Kansas City, they're looking at connecting stuff to past Arrowhead. The Circle Green Line Trail that's going to be coming around, like the KC Loop.
Yeah.
Like once that connects, I'm super excited at coming up with something fun to do when people can finally go from KC all the way to St. Louis or vice versa with the Katy connections too.
Do you know a lot about the Greenwood Loop? Because I've heard about that, and I've kind of tried to connect with some people and find out more information.
If you remind me, I can get you connected with some folks that know a lot about it.
That'd be wonderful.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool.
It's just, I don't know, it's been changing. Like we've learned more about trails, and of course the Katy Trail since we started. Had no clue that apparently the Katy Trail is like the #1 trail in like the world. I guess people come over from like Italy and France, like longest, prettiest, flattest, you know, continual trail.
Yeah.
Eventually, you should be able to ride a bike from here to St. Louis.
Yeah. And basically, once they finish the Greenwood, so they've got a mile and a half to get to Greenwood, and then they have to finish the section. It's about 6 miles between that and where the current Rock Island Trail is down in Pleasant Hill. Once they finish that section, you guys will be connected all the way to St. Louis.
That'll be great. Another thing too is we want to connect with running groups and walking groups. Not everybody has to ride a bicycle on the trail. We get a lot of people walking dogs every day, all day long. It's really cool. It's always distracting when I look out on the trail. I just look out our window here and see the trail. And when someone's walking a dog, I can't resist going out and getting permission to pet the dog, because dogs are the best people. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, we got lucky enough that the Pedigo folks dropped off some bikes for us to play with a while back, and so Michael and I jumped on those one day and took them down the trail. And it's amazing how like you get, you know, quarter mile, half mile away, and suddenly you're in nature, and you've got like an escape, and it's very peaceful. So definitely understand why the trail is so appealing to people.
So you kind of talked about this a little bit already to this point, but you want to talk a little bit more about kind of your next 5-year plan. So you talked about the trail and some of those things. You want to get in what you guys' goals are for the next 5 years?
So we're working with the people next door to put in a parking lot and a pocket park where we can do a beer garden, and hopefully that will all be done this year, and that can really enhance the value of the trail for everybody in the community. And that's one. Another is working on getting a full-time food truck here, and eventually a kitchen. But the plan right now is a full-time food truck and continuing to host events. We've made our barrel room available for a group from Bike Rack, and also looking at doing some events with some other bicycle groups. And we're always excited about hosting in our barrel room or even the tap room, and even outside now. Different groups associated with bicycling and walking and running. So we've actually recently signed a lease for the entire street. And the county, anything in front of the brewery, the county will let us do whatever we want to do. Talked about musical events and other kinds of family fun days. So we're always doing stuff with families here.
I think one thing that's fun, I don't know if you've been to like the Jamboree down in Columbia or heard about it. So like we talked about creating something similar in this area where we can, connect some Lee Summit breweries on the Lee Summit side, maybe some independent, some KC breweries, and be able to do like a small beer ride. It would be really fun to get going.
That'd be cool. So like basically kind of do like a bike ride kind
at
of
each
thing?
Bike ride, maybe have people set up at all the trailheads.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great. It would be cool to have different breweries set up, and maybe even some other vendors, or do any kind of pop-ups all along all the trailheads, and then people can go and it could even be a craft fair at different. Everything. It could be like an event at every trailhead, and you can go from trailhead to trailhead, have a beer. Have vendors there with some donuts or what other kinds of food. I think that
it's cheesy.
Endless.
Yeah.
What we could do.
But I just love the idea about how trails live.
Well, and even like, one of the other things I talked to Jackson County about was that, you've got, right now we talked about Rock Island Trail, but you have Little Blue Trace Trail that's over in Independence, and in the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be connected to Rock Island Trail too. And so you're going to have, that's probably close to 20 miles of trail there by itself. It goes all the way up to the Missouri River, all the way straight through the middle of Independence. And so you're going to have Rock Island Trail here, when you guys are kind of right here, so you'd have Rock Island Trail, and then Little Blue Trace Trail will connect down here and go up. So like if you're doing projects like that, you could have it all the way up to LBT, RIT, that whole thing. You can do big collabs
There's
like
just
that.
so much opportunity for KC to become a huge trail city.
How cool would it be to have an event that actually went from St. Louis to Kansas City?
That would be awesome. You could just have a big
Tied
project.
together.
Just have a big multi-day project. It'd almost be like RAGBRAI.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen RAGBRAI? So RAGBRAI is a project they do. It's a thing in Iowa. It's right across Iowa.
Okay, I have heard about that.
Yeah. And they call it RAGBRAI is what they call it short. And so they go across Iowa. It's 3 days long, right? You could do something similar to that on the Katy Trail. Basically start either here or in St. Louis, and then just do little things for the course of 3 days.
I love that.
Yeah, there's just so many possibilities.
They really are. It's cool to think about.
That's great. Yeah, it's endless. Actually, doing though this is a podcast, just getting groups together. Yesterday afternoon, I walked into the tap room here from the brewery, and Don from Bike Stop was here. Andy Choka was here, and some other bicycle people. And I thought, oh wait, did I forget about a meeting? But they had just come here to chat and hang out and have a beer. So we turned it into another meeting. So it's kind of funny. Lately, we've had so many different meetings directly and with Zoom. Anytime I see a handful of bicycle enthusiasts at the same place, I think I forgot about a meeting I was supposed to be at. Because we're working on so many plans for the celebration of the 1-year anniversary of the trail, the National Trail Day. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. There's so many things going on all the time, and it's great that Jackson County has done such a phenomenal job building the trail. When they were building it, we could watch them every day. You could drive a dump truck on that trail, and so the concrete is like 10 inches thick. It's phenomenal, the quality they put into that. So
one of the things I'd like to do with you guys right now, one of the things, other projects I'm working on aside from this podcast, is I'm trying to do a Kansas City events calendar for cycling events.
Oh yeah.
So you talked about several things there. I really like to get all those stuff on my calendar because I'm trying to share that calendar with a lot of other people so that people see those things and they can. It's just a Google calendar so they can add it to their phone or whatever. Tell them when different events are at. So I'm working on kind of putting that together and then sharing, having your guys' events on there, having other people's events so that people can see what's going on in Kansas City.
Is through this community of cycle enthusiasts is actually have people reach out to us with ideas that could bring people together here.
Yeah.
So that's what we're all about, bringing community together. And when they come out here, some of the people buy beer. and that's cool.
Yeah.
And we've talked about doing some more holiday focused ones. You know, we had a fun Christmas ride that they did. Everyone decorated their bikes. Talked about doing like a Halloween ride, and that would be it's more like
Yeah.
things to look forward to.
Put lights on your bike.
Yeah.
Riding down the trail.
Right. Yeah, anyway, it's great. Appreciate the opportunity
And I think you mentioned Bike Stop, or they're going to be taking over some space on this side to kind of be able to do bike repairs, and we'll probably do some like educational stuff. We talked about hosting like a bike rodeo for kids and stuff.
And the impromptu meeting that I crashed yesterday here in the tap room, they were talking about doing some things to get more people even here, and that is at Bike Stop, actually offering freebies that could be redeemed here in the tap room. So someone was talking about a free bicycle tubes or something, and then they meet up there. I'm not sure exactly the details of how that was going to work, but that will be, it's just cool. I mean, like I said repeatedly, we're all about bringing community together, and that we're on the trail, bringing bicycle enthusiasts, walkers, runners, all here. And then, then you can have a beer. Have a beer and ride a bike and
Spend time with friends.
just, and have to have a petting zoo here. That's when it gets warmer again. So,
Guys,
thank
so much
you.
appreciate it.
You bet.
Chris, thank you.
Thanks,
Michael,
thanks,
thank
Tim.
you.